Okay, let's see how we can actually clone a repository from our account, a private repository on our local computers. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to go to a directory in which we want to have something. So I'm going to create a directory called Seneca, and inside that I'm going to create a new directory, and I'm going to call it, say, my work or semester. Let's say semester 2. And then in semester 2, I want to clone the OOP244 repository I created on GitHub. So I'm going to go to to the GitHub, log into my account, go to my repository, click on the repository, then click on code, select SSH because I want to use the SSH keys. If you use HTTPS, you either only clone a repository and you're never going to upload anything, push anything to the Git, or you have to use user ID and password. With SSH, nothing is needed, everything's authenticated. So we click on SSH, then you click over here and you copy. Now that it's copied into clipboard, I minimize this. I'll go to the directory that I want to create have my clone of my GitHub repository to be in. I right click over here. As you see now, I have the extensions of Tortoise Git added over here. I'm going to click on Git clone, and automatically what I copied will be pasted in the URL of the repository. Then I'm going to have to when you first time you do it, there's not going to be any load PuTTY key over here, so you have to click on load PuTTY key, click on the three dots and select the GitHub key that you created. I have created another one over here, and I'm going to use that one because that's a repository that I have my demos created. I'm going to use that one, but you're going to use your github.ppk. So I'm going to click on open. Now that's going to be loaded, and now I'm going to click on OK, and it's going to clone the repository. So the repository is here, and I have everything that I had over there. Now, let's say I want to fix something in this repository. So it's cloned. What I had inside the repository over here, it's exactly what I have in here. So what I can do is simply, for example, go in README file and open it with Notepad, and I'm going to say my student number was wrong. I want to fix it. So I'll put over here 123, 123. So that's the correct one. And I'll save it and I'll get out. You will notice that now it's turned to red. The icon over here, it means something has been modified in here. You can always add other stuff in here to the whatever you have. We'll come to that soon. But let's now see how we're going to actually add this thing, push this thing up to Git. So I'll go back up and I will right click on the repository. You can use Git sync, and in Git sync it gives you all the things that you want to do. You can commit, which means take a snapshot of it now. You can push, send stuff up, pull, bring everything out down. So always the first step before you push something up is to first put it. Why you do that? Because if there is something up there and you want that to come back, you have to put it to make sure that you have the latest material. Because we just cloned this repository, we don't need to do that. So I'm just going to commit this, and as soon as you commit, it asks what is this commit for. I'm going to say corrected student number. Now I'm going to click on commit. As you see, it's now committed. It's asking me, okay, you committed. You want to push it. If you click the push, it's going to go right up to the repository. So right up to the repository in GitHub. So what I'm going to do over here, I'm going to click on push and click on OK. And as you see, the changes are now up in the GitHub repository. Now I'm going to show you the repository. So this is the repository that I was in. I'm going to refresh it. You will see now it's changed to 123 123, and in here I have a tag that says this is corrected student number. If I click on that, it shows me exactly what it was before and what it was changed to now. If the difference between the two files are not side by side, you can always go to the gear and set it how you want it. If you click on the gear, if you put unified, it shows everything in one line and shows what was changed and not. If you do it like this, it's going to be a little complicated. So it's better for us to always have it in split mode. If you have it in split mode, you'll see what it was and you'll see what it is now. And that's how you push the information up. Now, if you add any additional file to this, I can say, for example, over here, say, I'm going to put over here, create a directory. I'm going to call it Sandbox. Sandbox is a usual name that developers put when you want to play with stuff that are not important. So in here, I'm going to add a new text file. I'm going to say new text file, and I'm going to call it over here, this is a new document. Oh, sorry, I have to put a .txt. There we go. And now let's edit it. Some text here, and save it and get out. Now, if you go back, you will see that there is nothing in here. It means this sandbox is not added to your repository. It's not being watched by Git. Now you can go back again, right click on OP244 and go on Git sync. And in here, you will see that we have all the actions that we want to do. Click on commit, and as soon as you click on commit, it shows you what is not added. You can simply check over here what you want to add, or if you want to add everything, you simply click on all. You can safely click on all because we have the file git ignore. It will ignore everything that is not important, and therefore you're not going to have garbage going up. It's only the good stuff that you need. And then in here, I'm going to say added the new document, and I'm going to click on commit. Now I took a snapshot. I'll do a push. It goes up to GitHub now. And now I can come back over here. Where did I put that? Here it is. So as you see right now, Sandbox is added, and it says added a new document. And when I click over here, I'll see it's right over there. And this is how you push and pulls stuff into a repository. Remember, the sequence of how you start working as like a daily routine that you want to do at any moment when you want to start working in a repository. If you want to do anything in a repository, action number one should be pulling for an already existing repository if you cloned it. So the very first thing that you need to do is to go to your repository and pull. Pull means if there's anything new, bring it in. Because there is nothing new, nothing's going to come in. It just shows you what are the information that was added before and so on and so forth. After you do this, you can start working on it. And after the work is done, then you commit and push, and everything is perfectly safe. Remember, always before you start working, you pull, you do your work, you commit, you can keep committing over and over, and then at the end, you push everything back to the repository. And that's it. Thanks for watching.